want to be single, regardless.
No, I actually agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. If you're gonna have a roster, you're probably gonna be single.
That's what I said.
So what came to your mind when you heard her say that?
Nah, I was just like, that's crazy. Like, no disrespect, but like it gets to a point. Like at your big age, like once you get to once you get past high school, there should be no sleeping around or no just this with like that's what like people younger than me they be like, oh yeah, I'm trying to date this girl, try this girl. I'm like, bro, you don't even be like that. Like, what's the point? Like, you don't. And then people like nowadays, like some girls be like, you got to do a whole backflip, go around the world to go on a date with them. But going on a date really just be getting to know the person. If you like them, you go on another date, and if you don't go on that date. But I said, if you got a roster or anything, like you're not dating with intent. That like you're not intentionally dating.
Do you think you should be dating with intent at 17?
At 17, at any age, if you want to date, you should be dating with intent. If you want to mess around and do all that stuff, you can, but you can't complain if you're single. You can't complain about the bad man or the bad woman or all men or all women do this. Because if you do that, or you complain about being single or how relationships is like this, and you the person who everybody who got a roster, or you the person that be doing this and doing that, then it's like, come on. You talking about yourself basically.
Hmm.
That's what
So what's dating with intent mean to you?
Dating with intent. Everybody like that's what I'm doing, but that's what I think people should do. Cause most people
But what's that mean?
What that mean? I know this is not dating with intent. Not dating with intent is like I'm just dating cause like like you a new prize, you something new. That's why most people be cheating. Most people be cheating cause they think it's greener on the other side. Cause like your partner do 99 things, but the one thing they ain't doing is the one thing that person doing. So you like, all right, let me go see that one person, and they only doing that one thing. But your partners, they did that 99 things. So like you just left them for that and stuff like that. But dating with intent is like, okay, I'm dating you to know that I want to marry you. Like if you dating, like you could go on dates. Like going on dates is not necessarily dating. Like that's just saying that like you open to dating, but you're not dating somebody. Like, but if you dating somebody, that means you could show them to your parents. That means you could show them to your kids. That means y'all gonna get married, unless something happened, God forbid. But that's what dating with intent.
So wait a minute. You just said that you date with intent.
Oh yeah.
Right? And you got a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
So you and your girlfriend are dating with intent.
Yeah.
But you just said if you're dating with intent, you can introduce them to your parents.
Yeah.
But I ain't met your girlfriend yet.
That's why I said you can. You don't have to, but you can.
No, I want to meet her.
No. She said she would want to meet you too. Things of that nature. I'm just saying like, it'll just, you know what I mean? I feel like it'll have to be like, oh, like she this or oh dad, could she come over type thing, or like we had a game or something and it's like, oh yeah, she there.
So I just gotta create a family dinner and invite her over.
Yeah, it could be like, oh yeah, we all going out with Jay on Jay's birthday, like invite her and she wanna come, like type thing. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you ain't never had a roster?
I never had a roster. No, not really. I ain't gonna sit here and be like, I'm a saint. I ain't gonna sit here and be like, I'm a saint. I ain't never did this and that.
So what is not a saint? What have you done that made you not a saint?
What have I done that made me not a saint? Anything before my girlfriend. I ain't gonna lie.
Like what?
Hey, I looked at a woman before my girlfriend. That I'm not a saint.
Boy,
I mean that's how you making it seem.
Yeah, no, that's not how we defining that.
No.
There's nothing wrong with looking at somebody.
But no. Especially like for me, like there's been times where it's just like okay, like before my, you know what I mean, like okay, I'ma just text you and talk to you just to do it. Or like when I was in 8th grade, there was a girl, and immediately it was like, oh, I like you. Oh, you like me? Okay, I like you because you like me. Let's date. Like, come on, like, you know what I mean? Like, type thing. But I ain't gonna lie, I'll take full accountability to whatever I did. You know what I mean? That's for God and for my girlfriend, the 2 G's. That's for God and my girlfriend.
So wait a
Batman
minute.
ain't getting that out of me.
So you told your girlfriend all the things you did in the past?
100%, you got it.
No, you don't got
I
to.
feel like because you're going to be the 3rd G. Guilty. You're going to feel guilty.
You ain't gonna feel guilty, man. What's in your past is in your past.
No, that's facts.
Unless it
But
affects
that's a
her.
factor, though.
Now, if it affects her, then yeah, you need to tell her. But yeah, you don't go run down your whole history to nobody.
No. That's definitely facts. You know what I mean? But I feel like, you know what I mean? That's something my friend was just saying. He was like, well, I don't be care how much bodies you got. Let me know that dating history. Like that's
well,
facts.
plus you don't want to put nobody on no level anywhere near God. Well, there's only 2 G's, God and my girlfriend. There's only 1 G, that's God.
Yeah, facts, for sure.
Your girlfriend, no disrespect to her, but she ain't nowhere near that level.
Trust me, definitely. But what's the name? I'm just saying, like, there's 3 G's. God, not for women, and it might be 3 B's or whatever. But it's like,
what B word you calling a girl?
No. I ain't gonna lie. Calling a girl out her name, never.
Yeah, we don't
never
do that.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't be hanging around people that do that.
Yeah,
like,
we don't do that.
Nah, facts. But I'm just saying, like, you could tell God, you could tell your girlfriend, or you could be guilty. You know what I mean? At least tell one of them 2. So you don't be G. So you don't be guilty.
There's another G in there.
Who?
Gentry, your daddy.
Oh my.
Yeah, you tell your dad.
That's the thing. Just like you said, I want to see your best. Oh, you feel me? Nah.
Yeah, but you should be able to share anything with me because twin, where have you been? You my twin. We should be able to always. Facts. We should always be able to talk and have an open conversation.
Nah, that's definitely facts. Nah, definitely there's definitely a time where I was just like I ain't gonna lie, I don't know why this is a thing with dudes and or like the younger generation. You always feel like that's how I feel like younger people is like everybody younger than me and that younger generation is like y'all just be wanting to talk to people. It just be like, okay, like how much people can you talk to? Okay, what works? Let me see if I got Riz and all that stuff. Let me see if I got Riz. Now I definitely fell in that trap. I definitely did fell in that trap. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see if I got Riz and all that stuff. Cause once you did, everybody around you, all your homies be like, oh yeah, bro, you getting all the girl, right? And then now that I got older and in a relationship, you know what I mean, and it's mature, them same dudes that's my age or older than me talking about, oh yeah, we got all these girls and all this stuff. I'm like, dang, for real? Like, what is that gonna get you though?
Okay, so here, let me tell you what I think.
What you think?
I like the fact that you are dealing with one girl, y'all committed, y'all waiting for marriage, and I appreciate and like all of that stuff. However, and I like the fact that you want to date with intent. I'm glad you're not out here wilding out because, I didn't raise you like that, and I don't want you to be like that. But I also feel like dating with intent leading to marriage should also be on a priority list that's after education and all the other stuff, because if you do get married, how you gonna take care of her? How you gonna take care of a family?
Oh yeah. No, that's definitely.
So you gotta keep, you gotta keep kids, sex, marriage, all that kind of at the lower level until you get your education, get a career, and that way you can take care of that family that you want to have.
Yeah, that's definitely facts. I definitely agree. You know what I mean? But I feel like people been homeless with kids and stuff like that.
Boy, no, we ain't even about to play or entertain no mess like that.
No,
you're not gonna be homeless with kids, Goofy.
I'm just saying, tell me people who always the richest and always done the best and most success in the world. Guess what happened? Well, yeah, I had it hard. I had a hardship and do that. I'm not saying do that so your kids can be, because y'all can still be broke.
If you feel like that's going to help you be successful, you can go be homeless as soon as you graduate.
Yeah.
But not with no kids.
No, I ain't gonna lie. That's also a thing that people should talk about. Like, bro, why do people gotta go to hardship and make it out the mud and do all this stuff to be successful? Like, can't you?
You
know
don't.
What I mean? I swear, people like everybody have that mindset of like, cause everybody here on a daily basis, like, oh yeah, they was homeless when they was 17, got shot, like that, especially in boxing. Like, it's like who had the hardest story, like.
Well, you gotta realize something, son. Like TV and all this stuff is entertainment, right?
That's definitely
So what's going to be entertaining is drama, comeback stories, overcoming obstacles, and everybody has obstacles they have to overcome. However, you don't have to have some knee jerk, some tear jerk story that makes everybody sad because you was so depressed, and all. You don't have to have that to be successful. You just have to have determination. What do I tell you all the time? Determination is a talent all by itself. So let your talent be determination to where you won't stop, you won't quit. P. Diddy, but not the bad P. Diddy. The don't stop, don't quit P. Diddy part. Forget P. Diddy.
Yeah. You didn't bring his name.
Yeah, just don't
his
stop.
His name is too.
Just don't stop, don't quit.
Nah, that's definitely fact. But
be like MC Hammer. Be too legit to quit.
I don't know who that is.
You know who MC Hammer is?
Heard of him.
Wow.
But what's the name? Oh yeah. Like, but if you go away your whole life to be like, okay, like I got it, because especially with any like the generation living, anybody living, or what, like not just trying to say women, because some men too, but like to upkeep to certain women and just overall people standards. You know what I mean? You're gonna be working your whole life till you dead. At that
Well,
point.
I'm gonna tell you this, and this is hear me close when I tell you this, right? You pray on your life, right?
Yeah.
You let God lead your life,
Yeah.
and you set your own standards.
Yeah.
Don't you never let somebody else dictate what you want out of life or what you feel is successful out of life.
Yeah,
Never, because you'll always be chasing their ideas of what's happiness, and it ain't. I tell you this story with his teacher. Told this little girl that when she told the class she wanted to do a paper on what they wanted to be when they grow up.
Yeah.
And the kids were writing, doctor, lawyer, basketball player. And the little girl wrote on her paper, happy. And the teacher said, hey, I think you misunderstood the assignment. And she said, I think you misunderstood life. Like the goal is to be happy.
That's exactly so.
The goal is to be happy. And there's another saying where they say, if you compare yourself to a poor man, you'll feel rich. If you compare yourself to a rich man, you'll feel poor. But if you stop comparing yourself to people, you'll feel happy. So you set your own standards. You don't let a woman, you don't let society, you don't let your friends, you don't let anybody else dictate what should make you happy.
Yeah, I'm not. Trust me, I could care less. Like, honestly, like, hey, from having your brothers be Jordan, Michael, Marlon, and Jason, the I don't care mentality really do rub off. I ain't gonna lie, that mentality definitely do rub off. I could really, like, Jason really the main one. I could really care less, like, come on, what other people be talking about and doing all this stuff. But what's the name? Oh, yeah. Back to your question, like, I feel like that's definitely facts. What's the name? But I mean, I feel like if you find the one, that's the one. Like, you don't have to be this, and that, this, and that. You know what I mean? Obviously, you do have to, like, you should be, like, financially able to have those certain things. But to have love, like, you don't have to be financially able. Like,
yeah, you don't have to. But again, that's why I said the marriage part and all that should be a little lower on the priority level. Like, you can find your wife and not marry her tomorrow.
Yeah, no, that's
so I'm just saying that make sure that's higher up on your priority list is career, and not that the career makes you happy, but you want to be able to take care of the wife, the kids, the family.
Yeah. But that shouldn't push down the wife part.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't. But again, like your girlfriend right now, right? You feel like she's your wife, right?
I feel like she could be.
Okay, you feel like she could be your wife. I like that answer. But you feel like she could be your wife, right?
Yeah.
So if she is your wife,
that is wife.
If she is your wife, is that going to change if you marry her the day after you graduate compared to marrying her after graduating college? She's still your wife.
No, that's facts.
So I'm just saying you don't have to rush into it. I'm not saying like string her along and make her wait 20 years. I'm just saying wait till y'all both in a good position to where y'all can actually build a good life together. Because a relationship really should be about building together.
Yeah, that's facts. But then there's also people who be listening. Who do be waiting like 20 years to get married and all
Yeah,
that.
I'm not for that. It don't take no man 20 years to know what he want.
Yeah, and I ain't lying, especially in this this day and age, like really, if you known a person for a good, I ain't gonna, hey, you might have to give me a 3-hour talk after this for this hot take. But if you really, not me, Dad, not me. Trust me, not me. But like, if you pretty sure like. You find your one, and y'all only been knowing each other for like a year, or y'all have been dating for a year, I ain't gonna lie, you can marry them after that. Cause this is like, time is just like, it don't matter. Cause if that's your person, cause I know some people who be like, this is one thing I asked my friend, I was like, dang bro, before I started dating my girlfriend, I'm like, dang bro, how can you even hang out with your girl all the time? Like, bro, that stuff is crazy. And I know some dudes be thinking that like, right? I was like, once you actually like really get one, like really someone who really gets you like that, it's just like, yeah, hey, it be timeless. So you could be knowing a person doing or whatever for 10 years and it could still feel like the first date of y'all. Or it could be the other way around. Like y'all could just meet one person for a day and be like, yeah, I feel like we've been together for 10 years. So I feel like with marrying, when people be taking like overly long and do all that stuff, yeah, some people do need time and stuff, but if you feel like you found your one,
yeah, but two things to that. Number one, if you feel like you found your one, that's the point I'm making. She's still your one, even if you do it after college. Yeah. She's still your one if you do it after high school. You don't have to put a rushed time frame on it.
Yeah, not
and then the other thing I was gonna say is, don't also go into a relationship, especially marriage, when you get older, thinking everything's gonna be just rainbow and sunshines. That might be your one. But there's gonna be days where you're gonna feel like you want to strangle that one.
No.
There's gonna be days. No, I said feel like. There's gonna be days where you're gonna feel like I want to leave this one. There's gonna be days you feel like I want to replace this one. And those are the days where you gotta stick to your morals and your code and honor your marriage and your vows and your commitment.
And I promise you, if you ask her right now, nah, sir, I'm telling you, there's definitely been some days to where it been like, but I ain't gonna lie, with me, like I have. Over the it's just like okay, it don't matter, like it don't, like the problem in the situations and things like that, it's just like I'm not saying we do have problems or situations or anything, but I'm just saying.
But y'all do, everybody does.
I mean,
old, young, together for 2 years, everybody.
People do. I'm not saying we do, but what's the name? I'm just saying like overall relationships, like, or not me particularly, I'm just like I just have patience. And it's more the fact that just like, well, I don't care how boring it get, how fun it get, how many like new things come in either of our lives or anything like that. Like, that's not the point. The point is the commitment. Like, it's more the fact of like the commitment, because like people forget it because they be thinking like, oh, it's something new, or damn, we having bad times, so now it's not good. Like, the whole point is commitment. You know what I mean? You're going to have the same problems with the next one. The same problems with the next one. Same problems with the next one. You know what I mean? So I feel like the whole thing is just commitment. Those are why like relationships last the longest is the people who stay with each other through thick and thin. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's why I have this debate with people. We talk about, is love a feeling? And I always say it is a feeling, but it is also a choice. And I think it's
definitely a choice.
Well, but if you only go by the feeling, feelings come and go. Feelings change. If you only go by the feeling, you don't go by what you choose, man, you'll leave that person in a heartbeat when the feeling go away. But sometimes you got to choose to say, you know what? I know this is just a down point, because I tell you, relationships are peaks and valleys. This is just a valley right now, but I'm going to love you till we get back to our peak.
And that's why
but again, at 17, that ain't what we focused on. 17, we focused on education and preparing for that person.
No. That's definitely facts. Like, it's not like my decisions is like, okay, like what's best. Like, it's just more the fact like we gonna do what we wanted. Like, it's not gonna be like, okay, like, oh, like we doing this and we doing this and this. Like, it's also like we have our own independent lives and things of that nature, but we are together. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it don't matter good. 10,000 miles away, or
especially at y'all age. That's good. Be your own individual people, and then be,
And yeah, but we together while we being our own individual people. Like,
No, I respect that. And like I said, we've had to talk about grown up activity, and you told me y'all were waiting until marriage.
I ain't gonna lie, definitely waiting until marriage. I ain't gonna lie, that's one. I ain't gonna lie.
That's the good part.
I'm gonna definitely like even the stuff I've done that's not grown up activity. I don't regret. Like even liking a story, I'm like, bro, I don't regret that.
Why would you regret liking a story,
I'm like,
son?
dang, I don't regret that.
Why would you regret liking a story?
Because it's not like a oh dang, he for everybody, but it's just like now that I gave my little energy I did give to, like you could kind of hold that over me, like dang, Nasir did do this, or me and
like this. Hey, listen. No, listen.
Bring that up like you OD. Come on. You
no,
OD.
listen.
OD.
Remember what I told you earlier about you set your own standard?
Yeah, that's right.
You know your own intentions. So if you just like the post or like the comment, son, it don't matter. That don't hold no weight.
You're right. That definitely don't matter.
You know what I mean? People think that I'm flirtatious or I like somebody or and I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I know if I'm flirting with somebody, if I'm not. I know if I like somebody, if I don't. So if other people assume things, unless I'm doing something that would lead them to assume that, I don't feed into it. Because I'm a grown man. If I like somebody or if I'm interested in somebody, I'm very capable of letting them know that or approaching them. I don't need somebody else to tell me what they think they thought they saw. You know, what they think they thought about a situation. So if somebody thinks that or they want to determine your intentions, you can't worry about that.
But I think that's just like a human thing, because like if you go, like if I be watching like some of these dating shows and stuff, they be like, oh, I don't want nobody who been married before or divorced or who have a baby mama or who has a kid or something. And I could I'm like, okay, like that's what I'm saying. Like once you get with a person, it's like come on, why you have that little crush in third grade?
But let me tell you, let me tell you this: all that stuff people be talking. Those quote unquote standards,
they don't apply for the right one.
They don't apply to the person they like.
No, that's definitely facts. But I ain't gonna lie, like once you I'm telling you, like once you really like a person, it's gonna be like, I know you ain't breathing next to old dude right there.
No, son.
You got me tight. I ain't gonna lie, you dead got me tight. Like, come on,
son. You gonna be hiding in somebody's bushes, stalking somebody if you got that mentality. You cannot live life like that.
Nah.
Yeah, we are not stalkers.
No, definitely not stalkers. That's
yeah. Then you can't be acting like that. Then
no, I don't be acting like that. I be thinking like that though.
No. Yeah, you gotta replace those thoughts.
No, I'm blind. No, I'm fine. But nah, it's definitely like once you actually find, like it's like, dang, like I should all the mistakes you did. It's like I done met like, dang, why I even do that?
But
like,
listen,
you realize how dumb you was when like I ain't gonna. I'm like,
listen, son,
type thing.
You are still a kid.
That's fact.
So you was even more a kid.
You
got listen.
Facts.
No, listen to me.
That's fact.
Listen, give yourself grace and move on. That stuff is okay. There was nothing wrong with those things that you did. Those are kid things. Even as an adult, if you're gonna like somebody, that stuff doesn't matter. Don't quit putting too much weight into that.
Nah, that's true. But I ain't gonna lie, even the mentality I was in, it was just like, shoot, bro. I wasn't even like. That's why I'm glad we didn't do like date or anything like that. Like before we did, because people be like, dang, like y'all be talking, y'all used to like. Y'all talk for a long time and then all this stuff. Like, obviously, you got to get to know the person. And we took a long, like, not even get to know the person. But if I would have dated her in, like, sophomore year, junior year, I mean, I did date her. Like, sophomore year, any year before that and stuff like that, I think it's a maturity level. It's not really an age level or a time level. It's definitely a maturity level. If I would, I would have definitely did something dumb. Like, I would have been too focused on video games or anything like that.
But that ain't dumb. You was a kid.
Yeah, I know. I was definitely a kid. But not in video games. Just like I have no sense of what a real relationship. Like, until I went to high school, all of freshman year, I was still focused on Fortnite. Like, I wasn't even.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to be focused on in freshman year.
Exactly. So I'm like, I ain't even grasp what a relationship is, what you even do, until I actually started like getting to that age where like you and Michael actually started telling me the birds and the bees, like not actual birds and the bees. I don't know if that's a real thing, but actually like
the birds and the bees is talking about sex.
Like I know real stuff. Actually, I know real stuff. That it's not like all that stuff. Cause I ain't gonna lie, the mindset. Like, remember when I was asking you to get a tattoo?
Yeah.
That I'm so glad you didn't let me get no tattoo.
I would
And
not let
especially the stuff I was showing you. I was showing you like a money bag sign and all these chopper tattoos. I'm like, I'm so glad my dad ain't like, cause I know some kids, parents would just be letting them do that stuff. I'm like, I'm so glad my dad didn't. I would have regretted that so much.
I told you that though.
Like, that's the main point. Like, it's definitely a maturity level. Like, and you don't really get mature. It could be any age, cause you might see stuff differently. But me personally, I ain't really get mature until like junior year. That's why I think like I'm so glad I got my relationship when it was like I still low key think it was like, dang, was it early? I don't think it was early, but I still was like type thing like I'm glad I did that when it happened, because if I would have did that before, I would have been doing them like, it would have been like, now see her like, why'd you do this? And I'm like, and I would have been in my argumentative type mindset. But like, now that I'm old, like, I ain't gonna lie, I really do think it's because Michael is picking me up every day and like literally spitting facts. And same thing, like, and then once me and you started like actually like talking about like real stuff, it was just like I actually learned, and I started watching like Nipsey Hussle motivation and stuff like that. I actually learned stuff. Like,
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I may not always be right, but I'm always in love. And what I mean is, when I give you advice or I tell you, I'll never, unless it's something detrimental to you, I'll never tell you, oh, you better do this. Unless it's something that's harmful or detrimental. But the advice that I give you will always be rooted in love and rooted in the fact that I want to make sure that you grow up to have the best life you can have.
Even if we,
I might not always be right, but it's always gonna be in love.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, I was not thinking you was right not letting me get a tattoo. Man, my dad, Trevor, bro, my dad, bro, like, and then now that I'm older, I'm like, bro, shoot, you know stuff that I didn't even think of. Like, I'm so glad, like, now because now I don't even want one. Like, I don't want a tattoo. I wouldn't even care for one or anything like that.
Or you can get my name.
I would genuinely
get my name on your neck. Get Jason.
Dad, you know what I do?
In cursive on your neck.
You know what I do? You'll make me mad one time. I'll start washing dish soap or something. Yeah, I can't get nobody name. I wouldn't get no girlfriend name. I wouldn't get my mom name. Like, somebody would have to be dead to where I know you can't do me dirty no more. Or we'll have to...
Whoa. How you gonna say you wouldn't get your mom or your dad name, but you want them to do it, they're dead so they can't do you dirty? Me and your mom don't do you dirty.
Y'all don't, but I'm just saying, like, you don't know what could happen. Like, you don't know the future. I'm not saying y'all gonna do me dirty in the future or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, hey, I'm making sure. Like,
no, me and your mom love you, dude. We gonna
especially, I'm still young.
Best.
Like, y'all might tell me the wrong thing. That, for example, the tattoo, but it could be a different situation where I don't know that this might be better for me in my future, that I'm gonna be mad about or something like that. And since I'm older, it's gonna be a serious problem or something. And now I'm gonna be like, oh, nah, y'all tripping.
Well, that's why it was important for me not to just make decisions for you and to teach you how to make decisions. So I think you have a good head on your shoulders. I think you know how to analyze things and make the right decisions. So that's gonna help you.
I definitely do think I'm.
You know, and keep talking to the 3 G's: God, your Gentry dad, and your girlfriend. But Gentry dad is right under God. It's God, then Gentry dad, and then you'll be fine, son.
Yeah, I think what's the name? Like, God, I ain't gonna lie, that God